Good morning and welcome to Fine Arts Friday. I'm Justin Robinson, your homeroom instructor. Coming up next on KCPS Homeroom, we want to get you moving into the weekend with a little physical education. This class is taught by PE teacher Karina Jones. Everyone, get ready.
Hello, my name is Karina Jones and I am a PE teacher in the KCPS School District, Kansas City Public School District. And today I am going to be doing a rhythm workout routine with you today. So normally we'll do a warm-up to kind of warm up our body, warm up our muscles to prepare our bodies and our minds to be able to do each different workout. But for your warm-up, I'm going to explain each different type of movement and I'll go through it with you as we go through it. I'll explain each different type of movement, how to do it, so that we can put it all together, and then we'll put it to music, which is why I call it a rhythm workout. So just bear with me. Take your time. As we go through each movement, I want you to do it with me as we review to get your body warmed up. So as we all know, the first movement are jumping jacks. We should know how to do jumping jacks. If you don't, I'll explain. But a simple jumping jack is you just open both legs up and your arms come above your head. So a number that I want you to remember when we do this rhythm workout is 8. 8 and 4. Because there are going to be times where I say 8 jumping jacks, or there are going to be times where I say 4 of something else. So there's going to be 8 jumping jacks every time we do it, and then you just follow me through with it as things change. So we'll do 8 jumping jacks. So let's just go ahead and push out 8. 2 and 1. And then another movement that we will be doing is a side crunch. Now in this rhythm workout, it's gonna target our full body. We're gonna hit cardio, so our heart rate is gonna go up. It's gonna target our abs, our shoulders, our arms, our legs, and even the back of our legs. So with this side crunch, your hands are behind your head and your elbow go to your knee. But you kind of meet it halfway. And you wanna crunch on the side. You should feel it kind of crunch. So we just do a side crunch. So let's just knock out maybe 8 of those, or as many as you can. So make sure that it's meeting halfway and you're not bending over too much to try to get your elbow to your knee. It should just be a crunch on each side. Now the side crunches, when we actually do the rhythm routine, they're gonna go a little fast, but if you need to slow down, you can just do 4. Because there will be 8 side crunches after we do 8 jumping jacks. Side crunches will always come after 8 jumping jacks. So you'll do 8 jumping jacks, and if you need to slow down during jumping jacks, you can just step out with your foot, and if you want to pick it back up, you could do your full jumping jack. But there'll always be 8 jumping jacks, and following that, it will be 8 side crunches. If you want to slow it down, you can just do 4, 3, and 4. Okay, so we've covered jumping jacks and side crunches. Another movement in this rhythm routine will be called a reach and squat. Now you can grab an item in the house if you want to add some weight to your arms as we do it, but if you don't, you could just do it with your hands. Put your hands together and you'll open your feet up maybe about shoulder length apart, and we're doing a regular squat, but our arms are included. We reach up with our arms, we squat down, and it comes through our legs. We reach up and squat, reach up and squat. So let's do about 4 of those. 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. Now wait, this will just warm our leg up just a bit. But when we do our squat, we don't want our knees to go over our toes, okay? So when you do it, you just want to make sure that it's leveled and it don't go over your toes. Your knees don't go over your toes. So we have our jumping jacks, we did our side crunches, we did reach and squat. Another movement, I call it an in and out, but all you're doing is your arms go in and then your arms go out, and you keep them at a 90-degree angle, but you're gonna move with it. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you'll go to the other side. You can go left first or you can go right first, it doesn't matter. 4 times. So we'll do this 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And your feet, you just step together, step together, step together, step together. 4 times on the right and then 4 times on the left. So let's do it together. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, moving to the other side, 2, 3, and 4 will be 4 of those. After that, after the in and outs, it will always be 4 kicks. After the in and outs, it will always be 4 kicks. Now you can do low kicks if you want to, or if you want to take it up a notch, you can kick a little higher, okay? When you kick, don't kick with your toe, kick with your heel. You want to see the bottom of your shoe. So you just do 1, 2, you can have your hands up if you want to, 3, and 4, or you can kick low if you want. So after the in and outs, it will always be 4 kicks. 4 in and outs to the right, 4 in and outs to the left, and then 4 kicks, okay? Just like 8 jumping jacks. After 8 jumping jacks, it will always be side crunches. So just follow along with me as we go through it. The next is called a windmill. So with a windmill, your arms are out, your legs are wide. Open them up, keep your legs straight. You can have a slight bend in your knees so you don't mess up your knees. But your hand is gonna swing to the opposite foot. So my right hand will swing and touch my left foot. And then my left hand will swing and touch my right foot or my right toe. And when you do it, we're gonna speed it up, which is why it's called a windmill, okay? And you'll feel this in the back of your legs as well. So let's do 8 of those, because it will be 8 of those in the rhythm routine. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, each side is 1. So I did that wrong. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So right and left 1, or left and right 1. After you touch each toe is 1, and then you go to 2. So it'll be 8 of those. So we have our jumping jacks. We have our side crunches. Side crunches will always come after jumping jacks. We have our in and outs. Kicks will always come after in and outs. Then we have our reach and squat. And then we did our windmill, which will be 8 of those. So 8 and 4, remember those numbers, 8 and 4. But I'll talk with you through it as we do it. After that, we have something called a squat cross reach. So it's basically what I just said, squat cross reach. So when you do that, you squat and you reach, cross over your chest, and you just reach up, cross over your chest on each side. Just do a squat, reach across, and we will do 8 of those. And then the last one, it's another squat movement, but it will be a side squat. You'll just step out with your right, and then you'll step out with your left, or you can step out with your left first, and then you step out with your right. When you do your squat, make sure your hips go back, and then they come back up. They go back, come back up, keep your chest up and your head up. So we have our jumping jacks, our side crunches, our in and outs, our kicks, our reach and squat, windmill. We have our squat, cross reach, and then we have our side squats on each side, right and left. So now it's time to put everything together and put it to music. At the end of this rhythm routine, I'm going to say run in place. And you can run in place or you can walk in place depending on how you feel. You know, don't do too much, but do what you can and do it to the best of your ability. But at the end, we'll just run in place. You can run fast. You can do a little jog. And then after that, when the music is off, I want you to strike a nice pose because you made it all the way through. Okay? So now it's time to put everything together and we're going to put it to music. Welcome back. I hope you are ready to put it together with music for our rhythm workout routine. Let's get going. Ready? So just follow along with me. Do as much as you can. If you need to slow down, you can slow down, but don't stop. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8 jumping jacks. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Side crunches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 side crunch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we go reach and squat. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Windmill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take a breath. You can just walk it out or you can run. But we're going to start back up with in and outs. 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and kick. 2, 3, 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me some extra kicks, jumping jacks, go, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, side crunch, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Side crunch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In and out. 2, 3, 4, and other side. 3, 4, and kick. 2, 3, 4, and rest. Walk in place or run in place. Because we're going to start with squat, cross, reach. 5, 6, 7, go, squat. Reach. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. 6, 7, 8. Jumping jacks. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Side crunch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Run in place. Keep going. 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep going. 2, 3, 4. Strike a pose and stop. Hey, I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. I hope you didn't stop. If you needed to slow down, that was fine. But I hope that you enjoyed this time with me as we did our rhythm workout. And please stay tuned for more if you like this one.
Are you interested in playing in the band or orchestra? Well, it's never too late to learn to play an instrument. And on this episode, we will introduce you to band and orchestra instruments and provide a little background to each one. We work with the staff of Palin Music for these examples. And again, this show today is for everyone. So everyone, stay tuned. Get it? Stay tuned? Okay, seriously. Everyone, stay tuned and let's get ready to learn.
Hi, my name's Jimmy, and this is the trumpet. The trumpet is another member of the brass family. It is the highest playing member of the brass family that you'll play in your band. It has 3 valves, like many of the other members of the brass family, and a couple tubes that you can pull in and out carefully if you'd like. The trumpet is an instrument that's been around for thousands of years in some form. They used to not have these little valves, these little buttons. They were actually just one long tube that was used in military or different situations like that. So early trumpets, like I said, were just one long tube, and then after a while they decided, we want to be able to play more notes, so they added a hole in the middle that you could cover to play other notes, and after a while they came up with this crazy invention of the valve, which changes the length of the tube and changes the note that you can play. If you don't press any buttons down on the trumpet, you only get a certain series of notes. And so that's what it would have sounded like originally. And then they added one hole so you could get something more like... and now we have a whole series of different lengths of tubing that we can play. instrument that you can have fun with for a lifetime.
Hello, my name is Emmett, and this is the euphonium. The euphonium is a member of the low brass family, which means that you make sound on it by buzzing your lips into the mouthpiece. It has 3 valves on it, and the euphonium, similar to other low brass instruments like the trombone, can play pretty low, and it can play pretty high. Hi, my name is Emmett, and this is the tuba. The tuba is a member of the low brass family, and it is the lowest member of the low brass family. A lot of times in band or orchestra, it finds itself in the role of playing the bass part of the song. The tuba is also used in all sorts of other kinds of music, again, just to sort of to play the bottom part that needs to be played. The tuba, like the other members of the brass family, is played by buzzing into a mouthpiece. And it takes the most air of any of the brass instruments to play. The tuba is very fun to play and can provide enjoyment for your whole lifetime. Hi, my name is Emmett, and this is the trombone. It is a member of the low brass family, which means that you make sound by buzzing into this mouthpiece. And then when you put it in here, the sound travels through the whole instrument. You might notice that there's no buttons or valves on this instrument, and the trombone is the only instrument that changes pitch using a slide. So the longer that I put this slide out, the lower the note is going to get. The trombone is a member of the low brass family, but it can play pretty low, and it can also play pretty high.
My name is Mike, and this is the saxophone. The saxophone is a member of the woodwind family. We make it a part of the woodwind family because there's a reed on the mouthpiece that vibrates when we blow through it, and it makes sound. You can see all of the different keys on here, and as I add keys, I'm going to go lower, and as I remove keys, I'm going to go higher. This is the alto saxophone. There are 4 main saxophones that we use in the band. We've got the soprano saxophone, the alto saxophone, the tenor saxophone, and then the baritone saxophone. The one you may play in the band probably is going to be the alto at first, and then the tenor and the baritone. They all make different pitches, and they all sound great. You can use the saxophone in concert band, you can use it in blues groups, jazz bands, rock bands, pop. It has been used all over in all kinds of music. Saxophone was invented in the 1840s and was meant to combine the brass family and the woodwind family. So as you can see, it's made of brass. It's It's made of metal just like a trumpet would be, but it's got keys like a woodwind instrument. So they wanted to make sure that you could take the technical facility of a woodwind, like a clarinet or a flute, and meld that with the brass sound of a brass instrument, and then here you have the saxophone. So the saxophone is kind of like a hybrid of the two. So if you want to learn how to play the saxophone, you can absolutely do it, and it can be fun for a lifetime.
Hello, my name is Rob, and this is the snare drum. It's part of the percussion family. The reason it is called a snare drum is because underneath it there are wires that give it that crisp sound. If I was to unleash the snares, I have a tom-tom sound. The snare drum has been around for hundreds of years. When you take up the snare drum, you will have to learn the drummer's alphabet, which is also called the rudiments. There's 26 of them. They were created by the little drummer boys during the Revolutionary War. They were signals because we did not have radios or walkie-talkies or phones, so the drummer boys would create signals, which would be like a paradiddle, 5-stroke roll, flams, roughs. Each one meant something different. And then, about 100 years later, both the British and the American percussionists got together and found out that 26 of them matched. And that's where we get our 26 rudiments. So, have fun with the snare drum. Have fun with percussion. It'll last a lifetime. Hi, my name is Rob, and I'm here to introduce the percussion family. This is the xylophone, and this is the orchestra bells, also known as the glockenspiel. The glockenspiel was created by some German monks back in 600 AD, and the xylophone was brought to us from Asia over into Africa around 900 AD. They are a tuned percussion instrument. They are set up like the piano. They can be played with either a soft mallet or a hard mallet. Each tone, each bar is set up to a specific tone. So here is a C. It's metallic. Here is a C. Played with hard mallets. The xylophone, the glockenspiel.
Hi, my name is Jimmy, and this is the guitar. The guitar is a member of the stringed instrument family, although it is slightly different than a viola or a violin. The guitar has 6 strings, which you play by pressing them down with the fingers of your left hand and either plucking, like I was doing, with the fingers of your right hand, or playing with this small piece of plastic called a pick. The guitar has been around for a very long time in various forms, but in this form that we see, 6 strings tuned like this, it has been around for a couple hundred years. The guitar is used in many different styles of music. The guitar is used in classical music, it is used in jazz, it is used in popular music. You might see the electric guitar in popular music. This is an acoustic. The electric guitar, you plug it in and it's a lot louder. So the electric guitar gets used in rock and roll, blues, metal, and many, many other genres of music.
My name is Parker, and I'm here to show you the cello. The cello is the second largest instrument in the string family. It is an instrument that you normally have to sit down and play. With the cello, it is shaped just like the violin and the viola, as the shoulders are curved. But on the bottom, there is something called an end pin, which is just a large stick that can be adjusted to your size and allows it to sit onto the ground. But back in the 1600s, cellos didn't have this, and they just played it with like their knees wrapped around it. But in modern times now, we use this end pin. The cello can play many different styles like all the stringed instruments. We can play, it's used in movies. It is lower than the viola, but has the same strings as the viola, just lower sounding, as it has still the same C. But can be played higher up. And actually the cello is, out of all the stringed instruments, the one that most resembles the human voice or the tenor voice. My name is Parker, and I'm here to introduce the string family. The instrument I'm playing right now is the violin. The violin is the smallest of the string family. You play the strings because they have 4 strings tied from the top, which are called pegs, which are just tied to the bottom of this piece, which is called the tailpiece. It is hollow on the inside, and as the string vibrates, sound travels through and comes out to the hollowness and projects sound. The violin's 4 strings are G, that's the lowest it can play, and the highest string it can play is a high E. And the violin can get very, very high. A stringed instrument can be played 2 different ways. It can be played with the bow, and it can be played by plucking the string with your finger. And it produces pitches by putting down your left hand onto the string or lifting up, and you change pitch. The violin can play many different styles like fiddle songs, and other styles like very popular in the movies. The violin is a wonderful instrument and something that you can enjoy for a lifetime. name is Parker, and I'm here to introduce the bass, the last member of the string family. The bass is the largest instrument that you have to normally stand and play. Sometimes you can sit on a stool and play. The bass is actually, as it is called part of the string family, if we notice, it is shaped different on the top compared to the violin, viola, and cello, and that's because the rest of the family, the strings come from the viol family, but the bass comes from the gamba family, and which means it's shaped differently. And all these families were formed around the 1300s, 1400s. The bass can be played many different styles and is used in many different styles of music. You can see the bass played in wind ensembles. You see basses played in rock and roll groups. The bass can be played with the bow or with pizzicato. And you can do blues. It's great in jazz bands. And you can do what's called walking blues lines. The original reason that kind of strings were created, in Europe at least, was because they were designed to imitate the voice in singing, and they were designed to use for dance parties, to provide the music for dances. But strings have been around, and originally in China 4,500 years ago, in India, and Africa, and they've taken many different shapes and forms until we have like what is the official orchestra string instruments that we have now. Hi, my name is Parker, and I'm here to show you the viola. The viola is part of the string family. Just like the violin, it's shaped the same, but it's bigger. That means it is lower in pitch. The lowest string the viola has is a C, which is really nice and low and fun to play such scary things like. And interestingly enough, the viola, one of the original ways to play the viola was on your knee, because it was bigger, and so they called it an instrument for your knee. And then it changed to even playing on here. The viola can be played with the bow, or it can be played by plucking the string. And just like the violin, it is you do it the same way. You play a string and you put down a finger, and it changes the pitch. The viola can also play fiddle music. And the viola is one of the most changing instruments today, as they constantly experiment with the viola and how it can be made differently and sound differently, just because it's much different than the rest of the instruments sound-wise and how it's made. The viola is an instrument you can enjoy for a lifetime.
Hi, my name's Jimmy, and this is the flute. The flute is another member of the woodwind family, even though you won't find any wood on its body. Flutes used to be made out of wood, and so that's why we call them woodwinds these days. The flute is an instrument that you can play really low notes on, as well as some very high notes in comparison. You play the flute by pressing down on these keys with your fingers. Whenever the flute was first made, we didn't have these keys. We just had holes that you press down, a lot like you might have seen on a recorder. And then we decided it was going to be a little bit easier if we didn't have to cover big holes with our fingers, and so we made these keys. You make sound on the flute by blowing over the top of this hole in the head joint, like this. You play higher by blowing faster and cooler air. incredible sound, and it's something that you can continue to enjoy for the rest of your life. Hi there, my name is Jimmy, and this is the clarinet. The clarinet is a member of the woodwind family because we have a wooden reed. My reed is actually plastic right now, don't tell anyone. You play the clarinet by covering the holes in the instrument with your fingers, and also by pressing down the different keys on the body of the instrument. Early clarinets didn't have any of these keys. They just had holes in them, like maybe you've seen in a recorder before. But people decided they wanted to be able to play lower notes, and since you can't cover all the way down here with your finger, we needed to make these fancy keys. Here are some low notes. And here are some high notes. You can play several different types of music on the clarinets, including classical music, concert band music, and jazz.
Welcome back. You are with Coach K, or Karina. I am a PE instructor in the KCPS School District, Kansas City Public School District. And we're gonna go over 8 different yoga poses. And these 8 different yoga poses are gonna help us to release stress in our minds and in our bodies. We carry a lot of stress with just life and just living. There's things that come at us that, we don't know how to handle sometimes. Sometimes you need to take a moment before you react to anything to calm your nerves, calm your mind, and calm your body. So we're going to be going over 8 different yoga poses. While you're at home, you can get a blanket, you can get a yoga mat, just so you feel more comfortable and that make sure you have enough space, because we're going to be doing some stuff on the floor. So I have my socks on and I have them halfway pulled up so I do not slip. You can use socks or you can be barefoot, but this is what I'm doing for today. So our first pose. Now in these different poses, you may feel a little discomfort. You may feel something pulling, so you don't want to overstretch. Go as far as you can. I have been a cheerleader since 2nd grade, so I am very flexible. So something that I do may not look the same the way you do it to the best of your ability. But 2 things I want you to remember when doing this: you want to make sure that you inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth throughout every different movement that we do. Never stop breathing, because sometimes when we're in a position we can kind of hold our breath, but you want to make sure that you continue to focus on breathing in and then breathing out. So let's get started. So the first one is going to be called an easy pose forward bend. So I'm going to show you how it looks. I'll explain it to you and then I'll show you from a different view. But what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that you're on your knees, whatever is comfortable for you, and you're going to cross your arms. Your arms are going to go forward and they're going to rest on the floor. After they rest on the floor, then you're going to rest your forehead on your arms. And you just want to stay in that position. You want to relax. You don't want to move around. Make sure once you get in that position that you are still. So let me just go ahead and show you from the side how it looks. Your knees are on the floor. Cross your arms. Forward bend over and rest your forehead on your arms. And you're just going to rest. Now I want you to stay there in that position. Like I said before, you want to make sure that you focus on inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. So I want you to take 3 big inhales, and you're just going to follow me. So stay in this position, arms down, forehead to your arms, rest, stay there. We're going to take 3 inhales and exhale. So you want to inhale, stay in the position, and exhale. Make sure your body is still. Inhale again, and exhale. This time, give me a big inhale, and let it all out, exhale. Now from that position, I just want you to slowly come up. And in our next position, we're going to be on our feet. It is called a standing forward bend. So a little similar to what we did, but we're standing up. Our hands are going to be crossed behind us. So this is what it looks like. Cross them behind you. And we're just going to bend forward. Now you bend as far as you can go. Don't overstretch. You don't want to hurt yourself. So you're just going to lean forward. Arms will come up and they'll go over your head. Make sure your hands are together. Just going to bend forward. You should feel this in the back of your legs where your hamstrings are. You should feel it right here. Let me just show you from the side. Interlock your fingers. You can bend your knees slightly. You don't have to lock them out. You just bend forward. Arms come above your head. And you just rest right here. Okay? Again, we'll do 3 inhales and exhales. Stay in that position. If you can go right here and you want to stay there, you just stay there. But you should feel this in your shoulders. And if you want to go a little further, you can go as far as your body lets you. Okay? So stay in that position. 3 inhales and exhales. Inhale. Exhale. Second inhale. Exhale. Last one, give me a big inhale. Let it all out. Exhale. Okay? Our next is a wide-legged standing forward bend. So we did an easy pose forward bend on our knees. We did a standing forward bend while standing up on our feet. Now we're going to do a wide-legged standing forward bend. What you're going to do, if you want to put a pillow down there for your head, because we will be going far down on the floor, or if you're fine, you can just leave it. So what you're going to do is you want to kind of, your feet just a little further away from where your shoulders are. You don't want to go too far because you don't want to slide out of it. Wide-legged stance. You're just going to bend forward, your hips go back, and you just place your hands on the ground. And if you have a pillow there, you could just rest your head on the pillow. If you want to go further, you could just put your head on the ground. And it's up to you. Remember, you go as far as your body lets you. Do not overstretch, okay? I don't want you to feel uncomfortable, okay? So, wide-legged stance, hips go back. It is a forward bend. You're going to place your hands down. You can rest your head on the pillow, or you can just stay right there, and you will also feel this in the back of your legs as well. So while you're in that position, I'll show you sideways. Wide-legged stance, hands down. You can bend your elbows if you want to go further, or you can just stay here, put your head on the pillow, and just rest. In that position, once again, we will do 3 inhales and exhales. So breathe in, inhale, exhale. Second time, inhale, exhale. Last time, give me a big inhale and exhale. Okay, we are at number 4. This is called a rabbit pose. So it is kind of similar to the easy pose forward bend where we're on our knees. Or if you want to sit, whatever's comfortable for you, you can sit like this. But I suggest you do it on your knees like you're getting ready to go in a child's pose, which is another yoga pose. But this is called a rabbit pose. So you're going to interlock your fingers behind you. So this is what it will look like. On your knees. Ooh, my knees just cracked. Interlock your fingers. And what we're going to do, keep it like this, similar to what we did when we did our standing forward bend. You're just going to go forward and your arms come above your head. And you're just going to rest your forehead on the ground, or you can use that pillow that you had and you can put it right there and rest your forehead on the pillow, whichever is comfortable for you. Let me show you how it looks from this side. Knees are bent. Interlock your fingers behind you. You're going to bend forward. Your arms are going to come up behind you. You're gonna rest your forehead on the floor or the pillow that you may have. I want you to stay in that position, bending forward. Go as far as you can go. Remember, go as far as your body lets you go. We're gonna take 3 inhales. 1, inhale, and just relax. Do not move. Exhale. Stay in that position. 2nd one, inhale. Exhale. Give me your last one. Make it big. Inhale. And exhale. Let it all out. So that was our rabbit pose. On to our thunderbolt pose. So you can stay in this position. Now we're going to have a little fun with this one because we're going to turn ourselves into a little pretzel. So with that, you're going to bend your arms at a 90 degree. You're going to cross your right elbow or your right hand to match with the back of your left hand. Now, if you can go all the way over, then you do that. I can do that. So what you're going to do is just cross the hands, just a little intertwined, and both back of your hands should be touching each other. And you should kind of feel this in your shoulder blade area. It should be pulling. You should feel a little stretch. So you just stay in this position. You just hold here, and you'll just breathe in and out. And you just stay still. Do not move. You can kind of focus in, maybe looking at your wrist or just looking at your hands, or you can just close your eyes. I normally close my eyes just so I can focus and remove any distractions that may be around you, and just channel in, and you'll just breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. And we'll do this together. Ready? Breathe in. Breathe out. 2nd one, inhale. Exhale. Last one, give me a big inhale. And exhale. And release. Oh yes, I definitely felt that. I'm not sure the place. Alright, on to the next one. It's called a side stretch. So what I'm gonna do, because my knees hurt a little bit, so I'm just gonna come in a crisscross position. You can come in it as well, with whichever is comfortable for you. But with this side stretch, so you're gonna have, you can do your right, or you can start with your left, but we'll do both sides. So what I'm gonna start with my right. Place your right hand on the floor, just rest it there, and then your opposite hand, which will be your left, if you started with your right, will just reach over, and then you want to get your ear to your shoulder, and just let your head hang heavy. Don't try to like force it to your shoulder. Just let it hang heavy, and you want to reach up as a side stretch, which will be stretching this side, and then you'll also feel a little stretch in your neck as you let your head hang heavy with your ear towards your shoulder. Same thing, we'll inhale and exhale 3 times. You just reach over, and if you want to push your hand out a little bit more to get a further stretch, you can, whichever is comfortable for you. And we are going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. And we're going to go to the other side. So if you started with your right, then your left hand should be placed down on the ground. Let your head hang heavy to the left side. Reach up with your right hand, and we will inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale, and let it all out. Now what I'm going to add, which was not on my original plan, but I'm feeling some tension in my neck as I did the stretch. So I have a stretch that will kind of release some of that tension. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your right arm and right hand, and you're gonna place it. Just place it, don't grab your head, just place it. And you're just gonna put the weight of your hand and just let the weight of your head go down. Then you're gonna tilt your chin towards your shoulder. So if you're using your right arm, then you should be tilting towards your right shoulder. And this other arm can just rest right there. You can put it down, or you can just have it right here, whichever is comfortable. And you'll just tilt it, and you'll kind of just push your head down just a little bit, not too much, and turn, and you should feel a little stretch in the back of your neck. And we'll just hold here, and we'll breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Last one, breathe in and let it all out. We're gonna go to the other side. Left hand on your head, push it down just a little bit. Turn your chin towards your left shoulder. This arm is just sitting here. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Last one, give me a big inhale and exhale. Now, I don't know if you felt it, but I did feel once I inhaled and then I exhaled, my head got a little deeper and I was able to stretch it just a little bit more. Just something that I felt, to see if you felt it too. So we're gonna go to our last one, which is called the resting pose, which is very easy because you're just gonna lie on your back and you're gonna rest. But you're gonna focus in on your breathing. Just lie straight on your back. If you wanna stretch out a little bit, you can, whatever you have enough space to do. You just wanna make sure everything is relaxed. Your toes are relaxed, your fingers are relaxed, everything is relaxed. There should be no tension. Try to focus in on your breathing, eliminate any distractions. If you wanted to put some calming music on for this last pose, you can. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. And we're just gonna sit here. You're just gonna rest. Focus in on your breathing. You can breathe on your own. But we're gonna rest here just for a little bit. Take your mind off of everything that may have went down or happened right before you did this. You're just gonna channel in and calm down if something made you mad. Channel in on your breathing before you react to anything. If you were hurt, this will calm your nerves. Because when you react to somebody else and you're coming from a hurt place, hurt people hurt people. FYI. So you want to calm your nerves before you decide to react to anything. Before you get overwhelmed, before you get frustrated, just take this moment. We'll do 3 inhales and exhales. I hope that you were breathing throughout. We're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, a big inhale. Now just sit here just for a quick second. You're still breathing. You're relaxed. No moving. Eliminate any distractions. 5 more seconds. Now what I want you to do, we're not just gonna get right up. If your eyes are closed, you can go ahead and open your eyes. Wiggle your toes. Kind of wake everything back up. Wiggle your fingers. I want you to bend your knees first. Slowly bend your elbows to get yourself up. Slowly come up. And we are done. I hope that I was able to get some type of relaxation out of you. I hope you were able to release some stress. I hope you were able to relax, and that you also enjoyed it and kind of challenge yourself to do each pose to release some stress from your body and your mind. And we will see you next week for more.
Today's gonna be a good day.
But things are a little bit different as we learn and work from home.
We got work to do.
We've got work to do. Ready for school.
Oh, it's time to go to school.
It's time to go to school.
Ready for school.
We can do this.
When KCPS strong. Even though it's a bit different, we're still learning, growing, and showing it.
Let's do this.
I'm not giving up.
We can do this! Keep showing it. Let's move forward.
Hey everyone, let's get started.
Let's do this.
Well, class is over for the day. Thank you all for joining us and have a great day. Remember, never stop learning throughout the day.